2017, day 2. Stay back in your room, baby. So, wife and one kid are off running errands, and I've got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. I don't have notes or anything, so let me see if I can get all this out on one video. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Stupid Fathead channel of science. Don't forget the science and leadership. Okay, so what we have here is, of course, as it always is, failure to communicate. So I'll just sit on my lap and we'll talk about the first thing that pops up. I mean, wait, no. I am not Santa Claus. Okay, I'm going to hold the camera. So now that just feels awkward. Was it good for you? I'm going to stop. Hey, what's that sound? Just kidding. Okay. Gathering thoughts on the back burner. You know, it's kind of like a roux. You know, and I'm just chopping the okra in front of you. So maybe I should just start reciting fucking Shakespeare again. You know, like, friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, and not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them, and the good is often interred with their bones. So then let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus hath told you, Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, then he was an honorable man. So were they all. All honorable men. Oh, but he hath brought many captives home to Rome. Did this in Caesar seem ambition? He did it for you. He's just making Rome great again. Quit your fucking boo-hooing and complaining while we try to save you and, you know, the rest of democracy. Well, they're back early, so I'm going to pause this, see if I can pick up this recording in a few minutes. Pausing, and we're cleaning earwax out. You want to see some earwax cleaning? Just kidding. And I guess while they're doing that, I'll pick up on where were we? Like 27 AD Rome.
Dingo, quit chewing.
Interesting timing, wasn't it? Not that I particularly ascribe to the commonly known version of history, but I can speak within the context of it. I'm familiar with it. I just disagree with it. There's been more than one Caesar. And it seems bad characters have been, in this case, fused with good characters to make just one big bad character. But anyway. See, was it Caesar who brought those captives back, helped the Roman economy? Or was it the military who actually did the work? Was it Trump who brought those jobs to us already? Was it Trump who's built these towers?
It was your mother.
Or did he have allegiances to foreign kings? Was he taking money from foreign Eastern powers? So, fast forward to about 100 years ago. You have you have to give historical context to what happened in this area. And to give historical context, you really have to look in 1,000-year increments at the very least, not just 100-year increments. You can't just see the politics of the time and the politics of those people's parents. You need to see the foundational traditions on which those people were raised on for generations. What they study, as a people. What their culture implies that they should do. And to understand this, you have to know where each of these peoples come from, and you have to know whether they've been conquered, who they've been conquered by, and whether or not cultural genocides were committed. Basic things that you need to know. And we don't. We don't know. We're just kind of winging it as far as history goes. We really are. You are. I almost wish I had a map to draw in front of you right now, so you can see what I'm picturing in my head. Try to reverse it so it makes sense. Up in the... Okay, let me just do it this way. Picture this as the North Pole. Okay? This eye. We'll do a map on my face. Okay? And this is the big mountainous area north of fucking China and everything, the big Mongolian Upper Peninsula and all that good stuff. Okay? This is the Ural Mountains. I don't know which way I'm supposed to be facing. Is it this way? Yeah, this way. Okay, this is the Ural Mountains. Okay? Ocean, mountains, and a big ridge of mountains right there. Alright? Now, right here is a bunch of drool. Okay? A bunch of little rivers. Many, many waters. Okay? And that connects this area up here, over here in my left eye, in this North Ice Ocean here, to Europe, which is apparently my goatee. I really would be better off with a drawing for this. So just picture the damn map in your head. But it's an interesting analogy if you look at the North Pole map, which is why I did that silly shit, because it actually is it's an analogy. An old one, in fact. It's the face of the Earth. Look at it, line up the Ural Mountains and fucking nose, and if you bend it back, you can actually see the shape of the old, smaller continent, singular. The world just grows. I mean, that's why there's sinkholes. That's why there's tectonic movements. The world is constantly expanding. And it's not lava underneath. This is water. It's lots and lots of water. When water comes through things very quickly, it heats them up. Water can, I can take a hydraulic press 25 feet wide and cut through steel with it. Imagine something the size of Australia. Water pressure. Okay, that's what makes volcanoes. And scientists have recently confirmed this without knowing it by discovering that underneath volcanoes is water before you get to the magma that we're imagining is there for no reason. No, magma is formed by this high pressure knife cutting of water. Anyways, I mean, you can have your ball if you want to. You just can't have your cake and eat it too. Something like that. So anyway, you have this nation in the north that sits upon these many waters. And these people used to go a Viking and a conquering and to conquer and whatnot. And mercantile nomadic conquests is kind of their thing. Like they don't just want to conquer a people, they want to subdue them and make them trading partners to make themselves richer. This has been a pattern throughout history that connects even further to the east, past the Schnoz, past the Ural Mountains. See, these Ural Mountains, this ridge, okay, there's like a big plain down here where all the drool is. Just a big flat land that leads to Europe down here. Okay. Nobody over here ever goes past here. Okay? Nobody here knows anything about over here but what these people have told them. This is the unconquerable, unconquered land of the North. Even if it came down to complete, utter isolationism, any famine which befell the rest of mankind, they would simply go dig holes in the ice and survive off of fish, all the while completely maintaining their own culture, while the world was on fire. This is the land of Nod, the land of ancient, creeping things. I'm sorry that it's real, but you know, you can poke me with a stick, and you can poke that with a stick. So it's not like I'm asking you to believe in some fucking dude on a chariot in the clouds or whatever, you know, casting down lightning bolts with his hands. I cast lightning bolts with my mind. And if you haven't watched Once Upon a Time yet, you're just not being as entertained as you could be by my personality. Hold on, something is annoying my wife.
No, Becca told me I need to open an Etsy shop. She's the 5th person in the past month that has told me to open a damn Etsy shop. At least the 5th, if not more. Like, I've done lost count. Sorry. Oh my god. Sorry.
We can convert that shed into Corey's office. Put an actual door on it and shit.
It's not waterproof.
No, I mean, you can do all that to it. I'm just fucking around.
Yeah, you want me to have a panic attack and go claustrophobic on y'all's asses and tear the shit down with my bare hands, huh?
I was like, we need to find a way you can combine that with your Etsy.
I can.
Yeah,
I will be able to once I get out of the mess that I'm in right now.
I just want you to be able to do it from here, that's all. Anyway. So, sorry to be distracted there.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. Murphy's. What was I talking about?
Once upon a time.
Drool. Yes, I was talking about drool. Yes, the many waters. Many waters. See, it's not just that, you know, the people at the time would have considered, you know, waters to be fresh waters, oceans. Like, that's specifically the way that was written in the Bible implies rivers. Okay. But even if you want to just broadly say waters, now that nation literally has access to every ocean. I mean, saying the Indian Ocean is kind of a stretch until you actually look at where the very communist and very Islamo-fascist parts of China have rivers that go straight into the Indian Ocean. So this nation without borders, okay, this nation of many peoples, it connects to every ocean there is. We don't. America doesn't. Rome doesn't. Okay, Rome doesn't. Rome never did. Rome never had Pacific access. Rome never had Indian Ocean access. Really, Rome never had Arctic Sea access. Didn't do much in the Atlantic either. So, where are the waters in Rome? Not the oceans, not the seas. Where are the rivers in Rome? Certainly aren't many of them. There's one, to the north. We made a little reference to that earlier. And those were good times. All right, what are you laughing at now?
Sorry. Joey was telling me a funny thing that Paige said. Because she's pregnant, so things are changing and whatnot. So I told him to tell her to mind the refrigerator door when she gets to be about 8 months, because I kept hitting Katrina when I was 8 months pregnant with her because I couldn't judge the distance between the door and my big old belly. Oh. And he comes back with, and you wonder why they're special. So I awarded him points for that one. Hard to judge when you have a big old belly.
Points. Hashtag at midnight. Okay. All right. So, if you go from these rivers that point this way, and you find the river that points this way, you'll find Ukraine. You'll find the natural border. The place where the defenders of Europe would be deployed and thus raise their families. And this became known as Kievan Rus. Okay? And it is the only true Russia to speak of. It shouldn't be called Russia, though. Russia is a fictional country. Okay? And it is essentially a part of the Greek Empire. Greece. Rus. It's kind of the same word. I'm not spirit pressuring my children. I'm not spirit pressuring my children. Calm down, John. Just settle. That video last night pisses me off. I have yet to experience such a delightful level of command over the skies as I did last night when I filmed that video. And I saw what happened. You can see